Like even then, like I said earlier on to you, like one of the kids that I used to coach, he had a very serious case, and it was sad because when I used to coach there, and I used to see him, because he grew up in the same area as me.
Okay.
And I knew his older sister and that, and I basically knew him from the Prem. So when I come into the school and I'm coaching, and I would see him like running his mouth up to the teachers or something like that, I'm like, come here, man. Yeah. And stand on the wall, and the teachers are like, shh. And the teachers are like, rah. So the kids, I remember one time, one of the PE teachers had said to me that, you shushed me. I said, the reason why some of these boys bully you is because, I said it straight, I was like, the reason why some of these boys bully you, they don't have that kind of respect. For you. And I said,
they can't relate to you.
They can't relate to you. But me, on the other hand, I'm like big bro to them. So they've seen me from the area when growing up, like I would get into mad fights and all of that, and they used to see how I was strong, how I was able to handle myself. But they seen me at the same time always be like reasonable, where I'm not fighting reckless for no reason. You get what I'm saying? So they've seen both sides of me. So when I've gone in here and I'm putting them in a certain way, and the teachers are trying to tell me, oh, you can't, I said, you got to remember, I'm not a teacher. I'm external, I come in here and blah, blah, blah. And I said, anytime I keep them in check, I'll check up on how they're doing in school. You know what I mean? Whether they're, like, I'll ask them.
That's the difference.
I would ask them, have you put in your homework this week? What did you get? And blah, blah, blah. Then I ask the teacher, and the teacher tells me, and I'm like, if they didn't hit a certain thing, I'm like, don't come to my class. So they're like, right, I can't come basketball. I'm like, no, you have to, you know what I mean?
But this is what I'm saying, that's the difference between, I think, being present in school and not. I had a teacher in school, Miss Howe. Yeah. And that woman, I think I saw Miss Howe probably maybe 5 years after I finished school. I was working a retail job, and I see her, and I had so much love and respect for her in that moment. I'm telling you, I had so much love and respect for her in that moment, and right up to this day, like if I was to see her and for her kids to see that and understand that this is how she's affecting lives, it's deep. Whereas on the flip side, if I was to see like Mr. Clements, Mr. Marty, Mr. Gill, I'll punch you up.
I was waiting for that. Trauma!
Swear down. No, because you know
that's
what
real
it is.
trauma.
No, on site, I promise you.
That's real trauma.
You know what it is?
Beefing teachers, you know,
bro. Like
from 20 years back.
Yeah. Them man are old man now still. Let it go,
No,
bro.
it's
Let
alright.
it go. Walk away, man.
I don't mind wigging them or their kids, it's fine.
People.
Because check it like this year, like bro, I went to Wimbledon College.
Yeah.
And the amount of racist nonsense that man went through.
Let's be real.
Brother, like, I'm talking from, obviously, black people, we excel at sports. Bro.
No, I'm gonna check you on that one. Black people are allowed to excel at sports.
It's funny you say that, because hear this now. So, 2 years above, well, it started from like probably beyond my brother's year, but where I was aware of it was maybe 2-3 years above me. But black guys, like, we had speed, we had height, we had strength. And so these Welsh teachers, they're looking at us like, oh, rugby. Right.
Yeah,
but us, man,
in my school, rugby was one session.
Bro,
course fights.
all of us were rapid. All the black boys were rapid. So what they did is they recognized that we were rapid, and they said, all right, cool, athletics, you have to play rugby though. No rugby, no athletics. No rugby, no basketball. And I'll get, like, the comparison was this year. So rugby, there was a school league. You played every Saturday. You show up 9 o'clock, full school uniform. You ride on the
uniform,
school bus. No, but you were proud.
Yeah, you were representing school.
Represent. You see the basketball team in that school, in 3 years of attending that school, the basketball team played 2 matches against the same school. Like, it was one in year 9 and one in year 10. Do you know the school was across the road? Bro, and it was literally a case of, all right, let's just satisfy them. These little black boys keep asking for basketball, so let's just give them basketball. And it's like that was the equivalent. And this is why if I see any of them, man, it's on site. Because, like, I'll give you another example, yeah. So
you're saying them man never let you play the sports
that you wanted
to play?
No. Them man used to tell us like, raw, we don't even know why you come to lessons because you're stupid. Like, you're not smart. You should. Why are you doing your GCSEs? You should do this instead.
Whereas on the other hand, in my school, the most memorable teachers was my form tutor at the time, Mr. Bromfield, big him up. Like, he's the one who kind of got me, one of the people that got me into fitness. So we used to come in every day, and first registration in the morning and the end of school, as a class, we'd do 50 press-ups every morning, 50 press-ups every afternoon. Yeah. But that stuck with me for life.
I was gonna say,
I'm in routine.
You know, like that.
I'm in routine clearly because of him. Second teachers were Mr. Phillips and Mr. Thomas. Like me and Mr. Thomas was like my brethren. If I caught Mr. Thomas slipping in the corridor, I'll run, I'll jump, headlock him, and we start play fighting. Like it was like your bigger brother. If he saw me and he dashed me on the floor, I'll get up and we start scoffing. And everyone's like, "Wow, like that's your teacher." Other teachers can't run that kind of banter with me, but he was like,
and vice versa.
Mr. Thomas was like that older black brother you had. You get me? Same as Mr. Bromfield. And the funny thing is, Mr. Phillips had retired, but because the impact he had on kids in the school, they made him come back.
100%.
And imagine, some of my older brethren are in their 50s. Yeah. Mr. Phillips used to teach them. Yeah, man. He was a young teacher when he started, so he's like probably like less than, just about 10 years or less older than them. So he'd started when he was like in his early 20s, coach, couple man there, our generation, what's their name? 90s Baby Show. Two of them went to my school. Yeah. So they're like 7 years younger than me. Their generation. So this guy has impacted so much kids' lives in a positive way. And he was them two teachers were one of those things that if they spoke to you, you listened and you didn't try to.
What that is that's a vocation. You've got teachers who go there for the job. Yeah. You with me? And don't get me wrong. Yeah. So what you tend to find out more in primary school teachers. Primary school teachers are teaching is a vocation that you dedicate your life to. Yeah. You with me? Yeah. You're part of the community. Yeah. You see and enjoy the process of seeing children flourish. Yeah. Yeah. You with me? Yeah. Unfortunately, in secondary school, what you described, you get people in there who are literally there for the paycheck. Yeah. And it's detrimental, especially when you're dealing with young people, because you're dealing with people who are in their most vulnerable times. Between 11 and 16, you're hugely vulnerable. So one word, one dig, one sarcastic comment. So, you know, like I was watching Top Boy, the first season, and there's a bit where he says, the teacher keeps making sarcastic comments. Yeah. You get me? He's always and then he says, I don't like that lesson. Yeah. Rather than making encouraging comments, and then I think the bigger brother has to go down and say to him, listen, stop with the foolishness. Yeah. You get me? And he has to check him. Yeah.